Hello and welcome back. Today is the 21st of June 2025. It's roughly half an hour past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Today's tasks are many, but the first one was to level this entry to the property. So as you can see here, this used to be a little ditch, a draining ditch, and here, in order to have a smoother ride when I come onto the property, I had to level a little bit the entrance from the main road. This is not our property here, so we don't have a road up to our property. It's our neighbor's road, and it's our neighbor's property, which he kindly let us pass through. And here there was a little ditch, but I had some leftovers, some topsoil from back at my father's house, which he dug out because he poured some concrete slabs, and I brought it here and I leveled this entry. So now our entire road up to the property is smooth. Another task that needs to be done today, as you can see, I have the IBC tote on the trailer with the tractor, and I have to water the trees that I planted this spring and last year's autumn or fall. And the last task for today would be to finish cutting out the grass from in between the trees. Task which I started yesterday, and unfortunately we ran out of daylight, so the sun set before I had the chance to finish up cutting up the grass. That's all for now. So as I said, first task is done. Now we'll just have to water the trees and to finish cutting the grass. See you in a bit, stick around. So another task is done, that is watering the newly planted trees. And in between watering the trees, I did some other things, like putting some sawdust at the root of the trees in order to keep the moisture in and to fertilize the soil, being kind of like mulch. And I also put a stick to a tree that bent over, this one, maybe that one also, but we'll see. These sticks that have this like a red flag here are markers to see where little oak trees are growing, because this autumn there were a lot of acorns, and I guess the squirrels were really busy and buried some of them or just dropped them, and now it's filled on the property with small saplings with oak trees. This is what I managed to do yesterday, this area here, to clean it, to cut the grass. And what I also did yesterday, beside cutting the grass from in between the trees, I also thinned them out a little bit. So I've cut a lot of the trees that were growing here in order to have more space, more growing space, and in order to be easier for me to cut the grass in between them. So here I cut a lot of the trees out, and I think I can cut a little bit more also. See the difference? So this is the place where only the ones that I planted on the planting spots grew, and this is where I also let the black locust saplings grow, because they are growing faster given the fact that they are from another parent tree, from their roots. And I said, okay, just let them grow and they won't be needing any watering or maintenance. But I guess I'll just have to thin them a little bit more. They grew really nice by themselves. And now the last task for today would be to cut the grass from this last area. We still have here a little something to cut. So up until here everything has been cleaned, and now here you can see a lot of weeds and tall grass and so on. So this is the place where we should cut the grass from between the trees, and the other side is up until, I don't know, roughly here, and then all the other areas were cut, so no grass here. This is the last piece of the property that needs to be cut. That's all for now. Stick around. Something else that I forgot to mention, right now it's like 5 minutes to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we'll see when we will finish with all the tasks for today. It's like, I don't know, 24 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 21st of June 2025, and all the tasks are done for today. So I've leveled the entrance from the main road to our neighbor's property. Then we've watered all the newly planted trees. We've put some sawdust around them. We've put some sticks to maintain the trees upwards. I've also cut down some dried up paulownia. Yeah, they tend to do that, to dry up and to wither if they don't have enough water. And to finish up, cutting the grass from in between the trees. So now all the property has been cut. There is no grown grass. This was the last patch that needed to be cut. So a really productive afternoon. That's all for now. Stick around. Have a good one.